It's your girl
It's
Jazz.
your boy Is.
Welcome to another episode of the Hottalkshow. We got a spicy topic for y'all today.
Spicy topic.
Can you fix a toxic relationship? What do you think?
I think it's possible. In life, everything is fucking possible. What about you? You think you could?
Of course you can. You can fix anything with effort.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So,
Go ahead.
you have the signs of a toxic
I don't
relationship?
have the signs yet. I just want to ask you, before I get to the signs, I want to ask you some questions first. Like, I'll ask you like at least one or two questions before I get to one of the signs.
Okay.
All right. So, why do you think some people remain in an unhealthy relationship?
Why do they remain in an unhealthy relationship?
Speak up.
Well, because they are attached.
Attachment. Okay.
Yeah, I think unhealthy attachments can keep you stuck in a toxic relationship. You don't want to be alone. What do you think?
I think more too, like you said, attachment, and it'd be comfort. Sometimes comfort cause people to stay in unhealthy relationships because sometimes you don't want to start over like dating somebody again. Like dating somebody, get to know somebody, it's a process, and a lot of people don't want to, go through that process again.
Right.
And it could be too, because what if somebody have let's say this, what if his kids involved?
Like just in general, like you had kids with the person?
Yeah, like you got kids with the person, or let's say this was one thing like a lot of people throw out too. You love the person unconditionally.
Yeah, I get that.
So that could be like some reasons why, to me, that some people remain in an unhealthy relationship because they have this. And I ain't gonna hold you. Like y'all comment down below. Do y'all think like loving somebody unconditionally like have some negative on it too?
Of course. Remember that movie?
What you gonna think? Go ahead. So what you gotta think about that? Go ahead.
I was saying, you remember that movie we just watched with Hill Harper, and his wife was a crackhead?
Oh yeah.
That's unconditional love. And you saw what came with him loving his wife unconditionally. He legit did not leave her. He saw her, slobbing the knob in the alley.
That's crazy,
for drugs. Yeah. And he still stayed by her side. And their child even got shot because of her drug addiction. And he stayed with her. So I think it's as long as you put effort towards the relationship becoming healthy, I think that's a good thing.
And what about? And I'm gonna elaborate down on a little bit more why people remain in unhealthy relationships too. What about, let's say, generational curses? Have you seen like, let's say, if you were to see your dad in a bad relationship or your mom in a bad relationship, and you grow up and you saw how your mom and your dad love somebody unconditionally, or you saw their relationship like being unhealthy, so it made you probably think like, okay, like if my mom and them did it, or it could be people. I could say this: people were taught that.
Right.
Some people was taught like, yo, ride it out, like don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it could be based off like knowledge. People teaching you. Some people trying to teach you how to be staying in like in a healthy relationship. It could be from like you learning that.
Yeah, that's also possible. Yeah. I can speak for myself.
Yeah, speak for yourself. It's a hot talk show.
I've seen women that I grew up around stay in relationships that weren't the greatest.
Did they ever tell you why? Or?
Did they tell me why? No, not really. We didn't have deep conversations like that. But I'm a smart person. Like I can tell like when you want your family to work, you kind of like ride it out until you can't anymore. Honestly.
Yeah, that's it's cool. Yeah.
What about you? Did you stay in a unhealthy relationship?
Yeah, plenty of my relationships. But me, it was more because unconditional love too, but more because one of my relationships because of comfort too. When you with somebody for like, let's say for 5 years or something like that, right? And like you with this person for 5 years, y'all sleeping together and da. Even though I was unhappy in certain areas, like I would rather that than to start over. And number one, sometimes it could be worse. Like the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people got to learn too. Like just because your relationship, that's why I say I feel like some relationships should be worth fixing if the relationship is toxic. The people got this automatic, if I don't be with you, I'm going to be happy. Right. And that's not always true though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then I had to realize that, it was some things I didn't like, but like I was comfortable. So I was more comfortable the reason why I stayed in like one of my unhealthy relationships. It was more like comfort.
Okay,
More.
so you were comfortable, and that's why you didn't leave. Would you change that?
Change that, like,
would you still not go? I don't mean go back, but like if you
yeah.
were in that situation now, would you make that same decision? Like, would you leave because in some areas you weren't happy, or would you just try to fix it?
Let me tell you this, because even though I was comfort, but I was still doing fucked up shit on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I won't like change it. I would actually leave quicker.
Okay, so you would still leave, but you would leave without doing all your fuck shit on the side.
Right, exactly. Like I would do it the right way. Like, yo, I can't be with you. I'm not getting my needs met. I'm not happy here. So let me just dip.
So did you guys try to fix those needs that weren't being met?
We did, but it just didn't work out. As you can see, it didn't work out.
I mean, I'm saying because sometimes if you stay with a person, even though you know your needs aren't being met, that can be solved with communication and just time. It's not going to happen overnight. So you guys took that route, and it was just like,
yeah, it's like, you know, I communicated, gave her a chance. You know, and I felt like it still wasn't working out. So what we're gonna do is, right? I think I should ask you one more question.
Go ahead.
All right. So, is a toxic relationship like always bad though? Because you know some people like that toxic shit though.
Here you go. Let's
be honest. Have you ever been?
Here you go.
I'm just saying. Comment down below too. Is a toxic relationship always bad? Like, do y'all like some type of? I think some type of toxic is good though. What you think though?
I want you to elaborate on why you think.
Like, all right, sometimes some people feel a toxic relationship. It's like a spark. And I'm gonna be real, and we're gonna be real here. Most women don't like good guys. Y'all love toxic guys, though. Let's be honest, though. Y'all love guys that's toxic, who toxic towards y'all. Then they want to have makeup sex. Y'all like shit like
that. I can only speak for myself. No.
So you don't like a guy with a little bit of stop lying.
No. I'm 31 now, so I don't want to always go through a phase of us being toxic just for the passionate makeup sex afterwards. Like I want to be able to do that without us doing toxic stuff and toxic behaviors. Like I want us to actually just have that intimate bond and connection where we can do that without being toxic with each other. Sure. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like it's fun to play around and joke around with each other as long as we both have that like mutual agreement that ain't nothing really for you to worry about. But if you really doing some shit that's gonna piss me off, I'm not with the games.
Some people like shit like that.
No, I'm not with the games.
Even some women, y'all like.
No, it's different.
All right, so if women don't like bad toxic men, how come toxic men always win in the end? The good guys always come last.
It depends on who you're speaking to. It depends on the women that you're with and the women that you talk to and who you're getting this information from. Because I, for one, do not want to be in a relationship where my partner is doing something to piss me off, probably purposely, or I don't like it, and then you just want to have a little argument to spice things up, and then we have sex afterwards. I'm too old for that.
I don't know. To me, I think I like a little bit of toxic. It depends. I feel a relationship that's too like you get along too much. It could be a little boring. Okay,
so from our experience, we don't get along all the time.
I don't want you agreeing with every little thing. Challenge
but
me sometimes.
That doesn't even mean that. Me and you, for example, like we do not get along all the time. But like we don't have to. We've been through times where we don't have to like be toxic towards each other for us to have good makeup sex or.
But sometimes the sex feel better when you finish arguing and you know I like mad at you sex.
You like mad at you sex. Yeah, but not all the time though.
Not all the time. I'm not saying that people love toxic relations. I feel like some people like to be challenged. Some people like sometimes a little bit of toxic.
Yeah, if it's organic, not if I don't like something and you're doing something just to start an argument. That's
all right.
That's
so let's say this. So what is fun toxic? What is a fun toxic
fun
person?
Toxic is like if you be aggressive towards me, right?
Somebody
But
like that.
if you be aggressive towards me and you like, go get my food now, that's fun toxic. Like you throwing some type of I control you in there is like good toxic to me. I like that. I like when you dominate and you take some type of control over me. But don't do it to the point where it's now you giving me orders and shit like a drill sergeant. Like that's not what I'm talking about. It's a time and a place for it. You just have to
time and a place to be toxic.
Yeah,
I never heard about that.
Of course you did.
I never know.
I told you that the other day.
It's a time and a place to be toxic. So some people don't like toxic at all in no places. So you taught me something new.
It's a time and a place.
So what I'm about to do, right? I'm about to do the sign. No, what I'm going to do is now we're getting ready for the Hot Talk Show research. So what the Hot Talk Show research is, like, we want people to actually learn stuff instead of just listening. Like, we want you to actually get something from it to learn to even fix relationships. Because it might be something that you never even thought of. Like, wow, I never knew about this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I'm going to do, let me find this right quick. I should have, what you call it? Sorry, I'm sorry.
You good. Take your time.
So what I'm going to do is, all right, so this is the Hot Talk Show research on what causes toxic relationships or causes somebody to be toxic. You know, the same shit.
Right.
Let's number one, they got trauma.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Lost relationships. Number two, ongoing relationship issues.
Trauma.
Lack of support. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, I get it.
And we got number five. I'm gonna do six, so I got 5 and 6. And number 5, lack of trust, though. Ooh. And number 6 is victim mentality.
Ooh.
So you know, we Hot Talk Show always start with the ladies first, though. You know, it's actually the first. You know, the questions first. To elaborate on it. So when they say this, I'm gonna do 3 though.
What's 3?
So when they say about traumas, though.
Traumas.
Yeah.
I guess from past relationships and childhood. And
so you have it. So can I be real with you, right?
Yeah.
This is a Hot Talk Show, right? You got toxic ways, right?
Sure.
We all got toxic ways. I got toxic ways, right?
I have unhealthy ways, sure.
Everybody got toxic ways about them. Nobody's 100% healthy. Somebody got some ways that people ain't gonna like, and you go, this person they might like, and the person might not. And
just because you don't like it doesn't make it toxic.
But to somebody else, it might be toxic though. Like prime example, like you might like me being aggressive, but another woman might not like that. She might feel a way about that, but you like that. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's bring it. So we both admit that we have toxic traits, right?
Sure.
So was trauma one of them?
It could be.
Explain them.
It could be childhood trauma. It could be trauma from my past relationships. I mean, I feel like that's normal. And I also feel like, yeah, people should go to therapy for it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, you know, that I feel like I can get therapy through YouTube. Like, because you can find people that are going through 9 times out of 10 exactly what you're going through, and they can give you cues on how to help heal. Like, I was watching some video the other day on how to not be addicted to social media, and she gave valid steps on how to detach from your phone. And I feel like I could do that with my trauma. Like, I know I'm very insightful, so I know what I need to do or what I need to stop doing to get out of my like cycle of trauma. But it stems from childhood trauma and past relationship trauma.
Past relationship trauma?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got a little toxic trait. I can say more.
A little?
I got a little bit. I got a little bit. I can say mine like this is a Hot Talk Show. We being real. Like I said, we are real. We don't sugarcoat shit.
Never.
We gonna even say our fucking flaws. Let's be real. Nobody perfect, so you cannot judge us because nobody is perfect. Not even you that's watching. But But I can say, yeah, little traumas from past. Like I can say more. Mine is probably like more like a little like trust issues.
Why do
Yeah,
you have
like
trust
growing up, like
issues?
the way how I grew up, like like a lot of broken promises.
Oh, okay.
So when I have a little glimpse of a broken promise, I don't know how to like handle it. I have to learn how to handle that better, like me having broken promises.
Right.
So that caused my lack of trust.
Okay.
So some people think lack of trust could be like, oh, you just somebody cheating on you.
No.
A lot of people who make broken promises in your life, that could cause you to have lack of trust because then you're not going to trust nobody's words.
Right.
And then that's going to make you be toxic in your relationship.
Not trusting people.
People in general, and not even your partner.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That could cause you to make broken promises too.
Yeah, that's true.
You can continue the cycle.
That's true. Yeah,
that works.
Let's do another one. Let's see. When they say we already said we want to talk about lack of trust, or we think we did that. Let's do let's say from let's say lost relationships. So have you ever, took it out on your new partner based off a last relationship?
Of course.
Be real. Speak up. Speak with some more fire. Come on.
Yes. like I said, past traumas. I think that's like that goes hand in hand. Like past traumas from my previous relationships, because they were kind of traumatic. So when I don't take the time to like really sit down and reflect, and then someone big and strong comes my way and like sweeps me off my feet, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm in a relationship again, but I did not heal. Now everything that I went through is kind of spewing out and spilling onto this person, which can cause a toxic relationship.
It's so funny because I know we had an episode too. One of these episodes we had about closure. So can you feel? Do you feel like lack of closure can cause somebody to be like toxic because it's like you taking it out on a person? What if somebody you was in a relationship,
right?
And a person left you and you don't know why they left you, or the relationship was real bad and you never healed from it.
And yeah,
right. Okay. So can lack of closure, and I want y'all to comment down below too. Like, can lack of closure cause somebody to be toxic in a new relationship because you're still seeking? Like, all right, so what if like you got cheated on,
right?
And you want to know why? Yo, what was it about me? Hold on, I'm going somewhere with this. Like, what was it about me, or what was the problem in the relationship that you felt that like was wrong? Like, is there anything you felt I wasn't doing enough, or like what was it? So even if God forbid if it was something I was doing in my next relationship, I could work on that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So so if you don't get that closure, like if you don't know why, the person broke up with you, or they could be like, oh, because so and so and so and so. If then you're still seeking for that closure, so now it's gonna cause you to think that your person was like gonna fucking leave you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Without no explanation. So it's gonna cause you like to be panicking.
Like having abandonment issues.
Lack of closure can cause abandonment issues. You don't think so?
It depends on the situation. I feel like if someone leaves you without saying anything,
that's abandoning your ass. You don't think so?
Sure, you can have abandonment issues from it, but you have to get yourself to a point where that's all the closure you need. Like if someone is literally choosing to not be with you or not speak to you and ghost you after y'all were just in a relationship, if that's the scenario, then I feel like you have to be smart enough and love yourself enough to just be like, that's all the closure I need. Like, even if I did do something wrong, I'll figure it out. And I feel like if you're insightful as a human, you kind of know, and people can tell you what they don't like about you, depending on how long you've been with the person, or you see how like they move with you. Like, you know where you go wrong in a relationship, right?
It depends. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't sit well in my brain that some people just don't sit back and reflect and be like, hey, I'm kind of fucked up as a person. Like, my character isn't 100%, or my morals aren't all the way there. This is why this person left me. Like, do you not lay down at night and think about how you move in your relationship?
So you mean you basically saying like sometimes like closure is it's not always rocket science or why
Yeah,
somebody like leave your ass. Because if you know that as far problems, what if like the person communicates you about something that they don't like for like 3 years and you ain't get it together and you be like, all right, and you keep making broken promises of I'm gonna change, but you never change,
right.
And you keep doing it and doing it,
right.
And sometimes they just gonna dip on you,
right.
Because I said that on the other episode, I'm like on the other episode that we had on the closure, like sometimes like closure sometimes shouldn't be necessary because sometimes it don't take rocket science.
Right. It doesn't take rocket science.
It don't sometimes.
I mean, like you said, if you explain something to someone and it didn't change in 3 years, then of course you have every right to be like, hey, I want to separate.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It might not make the person happy, but as long as you're happy, right?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's life.
Yep. So what we're gonna do is
I'm gonna read mine.
No, wait, not yet.
Okay, I'm too excited.
Since you're excited, no, I'm glad you're excited though. So what we're gonna do is we have some more signs.
Okay.
We have signs that you are in a toxic relationship because a lot of people don't know that they're in a toxic relationship though.
Ow.
Because sometimes it might be things that you just don't have a problem with and you don't realize. So you think everybody realizes they're in a toxic relationship?
Somebody in your life got to be telling you that this is not healthy, this is not right. If you're not happy, majority.
All right. So what if you don't got the person in your life to tell you that?
All right, but if you're unhappy and angry and arguing and upset and sad or crying all the time,
some people like that shit though. I talk to something like it used to be somebody that talk. They be like, "Yo, like we was a relationship." She was like, "Yo, I like to argue." Like some people like to argue and fight. It gets like sometimes like you feel closer, and that's why I say sometimes to some people a toxic relationship can be fun for them, or some toxic traits of a person. Because some women some of y'all like when nigga don't give a fuck about y'all.
Don't include me in that.
All right, so like I said some women. So some women like right when like some women like when niggas don't give a fuck about them because it make them like feel like they don't need them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So some women like, yo, you like, nah, that ass. Some people like that shit though. All right, so let's do like a signs of she wasn't with that, but comment down below. Ladies, don't front. Ladies, do not front.
Stop chasing men.
Y'all like toxic niggas. Y'all do not like the good guys. The good guys always lose.
No, now I think
the good guys always lose.
You're not talking to women 30 and over. I think you're speaking to women like, what is it called? Generation Z, Generation X. I don't think you're talking to like actual people our age because I don't know women.
The guy ain't I'm still out there in the youth game. You know what I'm saying?
We're still young, but we're 30 now, and I don't think people our age, especially women with their head on straight, want to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with that. That's just wasting time.
Yo, how's it a waste of time?
Nobody
just say you don't want to deal with that.
Who wants to live a life arguing? It's cool to have arguments. Yeah, that's natural, that's normal, but I don't want to wake up and be like, I don't want to I don't want to wake up and have an argument. I want to wake up and drink some tea and sit on my porch and go for a walk in the park, not argue.
Some people like that though.
That's weird. That's people that feels like toxic is normal.
Some people is toxic normal?
No.
It's not normal?
No.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move it all along a little bit, we a little chatting a little bit, but I think you're still chatting with that jazz.
That's because you like toxic shit.
Listen, I just said I like a little bit toxic.
A little bit?
It's fun to me.
It don't seem that way.
It's fun to me.
It seems like a lot of bit.
A lot of it, you was chatting. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
Like you got toxic traits that I like.
That's different though.
All right, let's be right. All right, what we're gonna do, right? All right, so after the signs, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the hot talk show tough question segment.
Now it is.
So the hot talk show tough because we're gonna spice this. I think we're gonna spark this show up a little bit.
Okay.
But we're gonna spark it up. All right. So after that, do the signs that you're in a toxic relationship. We're gonna do the hot talk show tough questions, and the hot talk show tough questions is we're gonna ask any questions, and if you can't answer it, say you plead the fifth. But she gonna answer it.
I'm gonna answer it. I ain't scared to answer
no questions. All right. So what we're gonna do? Signs that you are. I should have wrote this down. I should have wrote this down.
It's in the photos. It's right there.
It's in the photos. Yeah, I should have held it. Signs of a toxic relationship, or like you are in a toxic relationship.
Okay.
Number one, poor communication. I'm gonna read it first, and we're gonna elaborate a little bit.
Okay.
I can't wait to get to that hot seat question. All right. We have control.
Control.
Control. You funny. Emotional abuse. I did 5. How much? That's 3. So I got 2 more, right? We have jealousy. And we have never take accountability.
Ooh, I hate that.
So listen, have you ever been in a relationship, Jazz, or have anybody in the comments or whoever watching been in a relationship where nobody took accountability? But I'm gonna ask you, so have you ever been in a relationship? I know I have.
Don't point at me.
Where nobody never take accountability.
Absolutely.
Yeah, talk about
multiple relationships where my partner didn't take accountability, and it's so frustrating. That is the most frustrating thing. Like, just own your shit. You messed up, and it doesn't take 2-3 days to take accountability. Like, if I do something wrong, I know I did something wrong. If you're upset over something that I did,
said it done. Take accountability.
No, what makes it hard for someone to take accountability is ego and pride. It's very simple to be like, I messed up, my bad. Right. It don't take 2-3 days to be like, yo, I was wrong. How long does it take to reflect? You literally have that much pride and ego blocking off your logic and sense of humanity that you can't just be like, my bad, I'm sorry, I messed up.
I think it depends on, say, if the person, it depends. Like I said, accountability come from what if the person just don't like you no more. And
that's different.
No, I think it's the same way. I have to probably because
you have if to you like someone let me to take accountability.
Let me put it like this. Like no, maybe because all right. So what if you messed up? Like all right, what if you did a lot of wrong too? And what if some people feel like you deserve that shit?
So why are you with me if you feel like you deserve to hurt me? I'm just saying the reason
I feel it's the reason why some people don't take accountability because they probably feel like, all right, yo, maybe you fucking deserve that shit because you did wrong.
That sounds like petty ass energy.
I'm just saying, I just feel it come from that too, though.
So, and that sounds like a petty ass person.
Other than pride, anything else you think about some people don't take
according to you, that means that you're petty as fuck.
So you're pettiness too.
Of course. That's what, I mean, the way that you explained it, that sounds like a petty person. Like, oh, I'm not taking accountability because you messed up too. That's like tick for tat petty energy. So because I messed up, and 9 times out of 10, well, okay, let me put it this way. If your partner messed up and did something that you didn't like, and it like they didn't take accountability, right? That gives you the right to now turn around and do something that might hurt that person and not take accountability. That makes it cool?
Okay, all right. No, it don't make it cool. All right, so what if, let's say, for example, if you cheated on them and then they cheat on you back?
Okay, so
you feel they should take accountability on that? I say I was wrong, or like so you remember you cheated on them first though,
right?
And they cheated on you back because you did it.
That's so petty. I feel like, one, if the person who cheated first don't have any expectations that the other person is not going to cheat on you. If you're genuinely sorry for cheating on your partner and you are showing efforts to make it right and you still want to be with them, that's amazing. But you cannot have any expectations from your partner after you did them wrong. You just got to go with the flow a little bit, right, and let time heal their wounds. But now if the person that got cheated on turns around and starts doing the person who cheated on them greasy, and now they feel like they can do anything in the relationship because they were cheated on and they're hurting, I think that's petty energy. And I think you didn't forgive the person. And I think if you don't forgive someone for cheating on you, you should just separate from them until you can get past it. Because you can't say you forgive someone and then do them wrong.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's really petty and immature.
And I want to hit it a little deeper on this. What if they were the reaction and you was the action?
Oh, that's what that's possible. Like,
so you think a person that was the reaction, the person was the action, have to take accountability? If they reacted on something that, they had a bad reaction to action.
Right. Wrong is wrong. If you chose to
So a reaction is wrong.
Wrong. If you chose to do something that you knew might hurt the other person, you're still wrong, because you could have separated yourself from the relationship in general to not hurt that person. I think it's very spiteful. And when I hear the word spiteful, I think about spit. Like, you're literally spitting in my face because you felt like I did you wrong. Like, you're taking your revenge and being spiteful towards me. You want to hurt me. If you forgive what I've done, then you're not going to want to get that revenge on me. If you feel like you want to be spiteful and be petty and be impulsive, then we should separate so you can get that energy out.
I agree with
you
that.
Still have to take accountability for your wrong actions. If you hurt someone, if you love them, you should take accountability. That doesn't give you the okay to not take accountability. I hate when people don't take accountability.
And I know where lack of accountability come from too. It could come from parenting too. That could be a generational curse. No, sir. It could come from, like, if you grown up with a parent. No, that could come from child. Like, no, that's not an excuse. Like I always say.
Go ahead.
I said, I feel like taking a lack of accountability that come from a little bit of parenting. It comes from parenting. It comes from childhood. Because if you grew up with a mom or dad that never took accountability or nothing, right? Like, what if, like, how they made you feel as a child? If you made your mommy, you making me feel this way, daddy making me feel this way,
right?
And they never apologize or they never admit they wrong. So it might make you grow up to think that me admitting wrongs is not wrong. Of me of never admitting wrong is never wrong because my mother and daddy or whoever grew up in the household did it to me.
Right.
It could come from a childhood background.
That's very possible. But I feel like when you go out into the world and you become an adult, someone's going to tell you you don't take accountability for your actions. And you growing up knowing that your parents didn't take accountability for their actions, you have to think, like, and reflect, did that make you feel good as a person that your parents didn't take accountability for things that they've done to you?
But generational curses are real,
I know generational curses.
Like, you are your parents.
I know generational curses are real. But what I'm saying is, if you can say out loud that, oh, my parent doesn't take accountability, my parent is a narc, my parent doesn't listen, they're emotionally available, that makes me feel bad. And then when you get into not even romantic relationships, like any type of a friendship, and your friend or your partner tells you, hey, you don't take accountability for things that you do, then you know that you're continuing a cycle and you need to break it.
But some people, not everybody not chosen to break cycles, bro. I believe in that. If you're not chosen to break that cycle, you will never break that cycle because you're not chosen to break that cycle in your family, bro. Sometimes generational curses is real. That's why I say sometimes being a toxic individual could be a generational curse. If your mom and dad was toxic in their relationship, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be toxic in that relationship because you're going to have the character traits of your mom and your dad.
Yeah, I guess. If you're not an insightful person and you go through life not really thinking about your behavior, your morals, and I guess that could be a generational curse.
All right, so let's move to the second one. Let's do what is signs of you're in a toxic relationship. So we're gonna go to when they say jealousy. You ever been in a relationship where somebody was overly jealous?
That my partner was overly jealous?
Yeah, like everything, they get jealous or anything. Like, is jealousy toxic to you though? Because some people like that.
It depends. Jealousy is normal.
It's normal?
Being a green-eyed monster is very normal.
That's not normal as hell, no.
Being jealous is very normal. That's natural. That's normal feelings.
It depends how you react on that jealousy.
If your jealousy brings you to the point where you are controlling everything that your partner is doing because you need to know who they're around, you want to control what they're wearing, you want to listen to conversations, you got to go through phones, then that's where it becomes a problem. So
can we say it's such thing called good jealousy and bad jealousy?
Good jealousy.
So what's the character traits of good jealousy though?
I think good jealousy is, for instance, like if I see you on Facebook having a conversation, but it's a friendly conversation, right? And I'm just like, who the fuck is this? Like,
nigga,
that's healthy jealousy, right? But
wait, what you mean? Who the what? That's assumption, though.
But you're just talking to another woman, and in my head, I'm like, you're not supposed to be talking to nobody. You're only supposed to be talking to me.
Control,
but I'm not actually doing that and saying that.
So you're just thinking that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's healthy jealousy, where I know I could be like overreacting, but I fall back.
So it could be like just a women in general. It could be like
it could be whoever. Friend. It could be an old lady, and I'm gonna be like, "Who's this?
I'm fucking weak.
Why are you talking to people? Why are you talking to the female species?"
I'm weak.
I feel like as long as I don't like overdo it, where I'm like, "Who are you talking to? Who's this? Who's this?" Like, I've done that before, and it like made things unhealthy for us, right?
See,
I feel like if you could, no, yes,
yeah, exactly. So, no, yes.
I feel like if you can take a step back and realize that your behavior is becoming negative, then that's a good thing. Like I can be like, all right, I'm doing too much. I look silly now. Like, let me chill out. That's healthy jealousy.
So, all right. So, how much can somebody be jealous when it become like toxic? So, all right. So, what is toxic jealousy?
When you start being controlling. And the person don't have no privacy.
I don't think controlling is control. I don't think.
But if I'm jealous,
jealousy is something that you see. Like,
but I can be controlling because I'm jealous.
I think jealousy is not bad. Toxic jealousy depends. It's based off the reaction of the jealousy. Like if I see you fucking talking to a guy in the street, I'm assuming, yo, what the fuck you doing, blah, 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 and fucking being aggressive towards you and saying, oh, you a fucking hoe, you this and that. Oh, like, why the fuck you all up in that nigga face? Right, know what I'm saying?
If I'm in somebody's face.
Right, so I'm thinking they going based off the reaction of jealousy. If like, cause you got some people who could be jealous and overly jealous. And overly jealous could be like toxic. So I feel like that the reaction is like, can cause toxic jealousy. So it's not you being jealous that's the problem. It's like you said how you spent some time you had just that you were jealous, but like you handle it a certain way.
Yeah.
Right? Like some people would be
afterwards.
They be like, oh, my baby jealous, and y'all laughing at it.
Right.
Some shit like that.
Right.
So but if I'm like, yo, like you talking to a nigga across the street and I'm like I'm pulling up. And like I'm just automatically assuming that you're doing some crazy shit.
Right, they could have been asking me for directions.
And then I'm like, yeah, right, exactly. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? Why you in his face? Blah blah blah. That's toxic jealousy.
I agree.
That's OD.
But what about when your partner is jealous of you?
Jealous of you?
Yeah.
So what is a sign that you have a jealous partner of you? Because I don't know.
You never been through that?
I've never been with I don't know. I've never been through that. I can't. Have you ever been through that? When you think your partner's they could be maybe they putting you down, like they, I don't know. No, listen. This is the Hot Talk Show. And
I mean, I've had little snippets of my partners being jealous of me because.
So what happened? So what would they do that make you feel like they were jealous?
I mean, I feel like I know how to. You might think different. You've been saying this for the last few weeks, but I feel like I know how to. Face adversity. Like if my back is pushed up against a wall, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way. Unfortunately, sometimes my back has to be pushed up against a wall for me to like really go in and go hard. But I've seen snippets of men in my life get jealous of me doing things that they aren't capable of doing, like
I know
financially.
I know it's not me, so
I never said it was you. You put your ego down. Like financially, like I would always get promoted. My checks were always fat. I was able to purchase whatever I wanted, and they didn't have that in their lives, and they couldn't meet those standards of like. Or like not meet the standards, meet that level of like where I was financially. Like I would come home and be like, I got the job.
And they would not be happy.
And they would be like, you always get jobs. Great.
Oh wow.
I'd be like, damn.
And so did that make you feel like the relationship was toxic?
It made me feel like they were jealous of me.
So it didn't make you feel like it was a toxic relationship then?
It didn't make me feel like it was toxic in that moment, but like looking back now, like I'm just like, oh, that was like really unhealthy because I never had someone to like clap for me and be like, "You're doing great. You're on your feet. You were doing what you got to." Huh?
I never clap for you.
I'm not talking about us.
I never had.
Oh my gosh, I'm not. You know, I'm not talking about us.
You're making me look bad.
No, you support me and you clap for me.
I'm messing with you.
Your
Shout
ego.
out to me, man. Listen, man. Listen. Right?
When am I gonna do mine?
What you want to do? Cause we're not done with the All right, so I got number 3. The third one, then we're gonna after number 3, right? After the third one, we're gonna do the hot talk show tough questions, and then we're gonna do the steps to fix a toxic relationship. And that's the one that
I'm gonna do.
That you're gonna read. Yes, of course, you're gonna read it. Okay, let me find this. I'm sweating bullets, bro. Woo, wipe that head, wipe that forehead, bro. It's glistening, hot, bro. It's glistening, man. It's hot. All right, so number 3, we're gonna talk about. I think everybody talk about this, but I want to talk about this on a hot talk show, though.
What?
So signs you're in a toxic relationship from a hot talk show research. We researched this, all right? So I don't want you to think we think we know it all or we don't know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? A hot talk show we research, all right? So the hot talk show research signs you're in a toxic. Number 3, we're gonna elaborate on this one when they say poor communication. So when I say this, like, all right, so what is poor communication? How can somebody have poor communication? Like, what is the character traits of poor communication? Like cursing at one another, being rough, like putting each other down,
name calling, labeling, raising your voice, invalidating feelings, or how about not listening,
or how about not communicating at all?
Yeah, like silent treatment. That's terrible. Taking your space for too long, like leaving people sitting in their feelings. Yes, leaving
space. That's toxic too.
I said too long. Keyword. Leaving people sitting in their feelings, like with no type of, we're gonna talk at this time. Like,
so that's poor communication to you.
Yeah, if we get into an argument,
I disagree with that, but I'm gonna let you go.
If we get into an argument and you leave, right? And I don't speak to you for 3 days. That's bad communication to me, because you leaving me sitting in my feelings about the argument we had. We didn't have a discussion about it. You just left. You didn't tell me, hey, I need space. We're going to talk about this at a certain time. You didn't give me a time period or nothing. You just disappeared.
But what if something based off that you did something wrong and they're taking space from you? Like, do it take rocket science or what? And that's all right. So what if like you got caught? Like they felt you was out of line texting somebody inappropriately.
Right.
But you, in your heart of heart, that wasn't your intentions.
Right.
But they feel like you was a little extra texting somebody and they just mad at you, they're taking some space. And yet while they're taking space, like they're not talking to you.
Right.
So is that still poor communication?
To me, yes.
So if I'm telling you, so if you know why the person is like upset, right?
Right.
And then they tell you why they're upset. So now they're taking their space and they're not saying nothing to you, right? So is that still considered like poor communication?
Yeah, to me.
I gotta elaborate.
To me, that's poor communication, because
I disagree with that.
It's poor communication because if we are locked in, there should never be a 3-day, 4-day, 2-day, 1-day period of us not speaking. And even if I did something to you, right? Like, let's use that scenario. If you saw me texting someone and you felt the way about it, right? You said, I'm out of here. I don't want to talk to you. Well, you didn't even say I don't want to talk to you, just dip, right? So if I don't hear from you after I text you or called you a million times, because I'm definitely blowing up your phone after that to try to make things right, that's back. I feel like a silent treatment is toxic and it's bad communication, because why would you want to leave someone that you love and care about wandering? Even if you are hurt, like I can be hurt and still want to talk.
Yeah, everybody different though. Now you had your moments when you ain't talked to me for a minute too. You gave me the silent treatment for like 2 days when you was mad at something that you thought I did.
Thought? No. And also, I don't go that long. I don't go that long with not speaking to you.
I'm just saying that you have been. You did.
But
this is the hot talk show. We being real.
But I think I either shot you a text or something like saying "fuck out of here," but I still spoke to you.
No, we're gonna be real. This is a hot talk show.
I said "f you" or something, but I still responded.
Listen, we still gonna be real though. It's been some times when you ain't talked to me for 2-3 days, or we ain't talked to each other. But it didn't take rocket science. We knew why we was mad at each other. Like if you like, there's some time I know why you was mad at me. So say if I know why you not talking, I'm not gonna say that's poor communication. I'm gonna wait until she just ready to talk to me.
See, I'm different. If I did something wrong and I know you mad at me, I'm constantly hitting you. Like, unfortunately, like I don't get. I'm like, bro, can you talk to me? Can you talk to me? Because I don't like that silent treatment stuff. Like, we're adults. Let's just talk about it. Like,
so silent treatment is poor communication.
To me, that's toxic and that's abuse. It is.
Silent treatment.
And if you look that up, if y'all look that up, giving people the silent treatment is actually abuse.
What kind of abuse? What they call that though?
I think it's emotional abuse.
Emotional abuse? Okay. I never know. Okay, yeah, I could.
And even mental, because that can mess somebody up mentally, because it's like, you're not contacting me. Now I'm having all these negative thoughts in my head. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you trying to get back at me? Are you mad at me?
But what if you're the one that did wrong and they just not talking to you? You got to give people some time to get ready to talk to you, guys. So what if you did them so wrong and you hurt them so bad and they just need some time to reflect?
So then I want you to tell me.
Say that's abuse? Like,
I'm always going to ask, do you need time? Do you need space?
Mm-hmm.
Because if
you
just
rocket signs, if you hurt somebody,
I'd rather you.
Come on, I'm gonna be real. Can I say that? I'm gonna be real.
I'd rather you communicate.
I'm a real ass nigga. All right, so we're talking about silent treatment, and we're talking about is silent treatment like emotional, like abuse, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying like sometimes like it don't take rocket science. Like some of my relationships I wasn't the best, right? And I messed up a lot in my relationships. And the person said before they gave me the silent treatment that they was hurt and all that. But mind you, I didn't know that it was gonna move like that after they told me they was hurt. When I kept texting, you good, you good, you good, you good, you good, yo, it was good. And they wasn't responding. But it didn't take me rocket science. And I know they just upset. I did some foul shit. So I just gotta give them time. And sometimes when they say when you hound somebody down like that, you push them further away from you.
Is that right?
Yeah, so
I'm different.
So it depends on what you did, because it probably showed that you probably not caring. Like you got sometimes you got to give some people time to reflect. So I didn't really feel it was emotional abuse with me, even though when the person was giving me silent treatment, because if I know what I did was wrong and they say, yo, you hurt me real bad and I can't believe you did that. And now when I'm texting and they're not responding, I know why they're not responding. So it's not like emotional abuse. Silent treatment, like, yo, if you don't know what's going on.
Right.
So you ever been somewhere like you don't know what's going on, somebody just not talking to you for no reason? That's when it become like emotional abuse. Like, why are you not talking to me, bro?
Right.
Like, what if you like out of nowhere, nobody just not saying nothing to you no more? Like you had a friend in school.
Right.
And out of nowhere, a snap of a finger, the next day they ain't say nothing to you no more for a whole week. And you're not knowing.
Right.
That's a sign of emotional abuse. That's a sign of treatment of emotional abuse to me. But if you know the reason why somebody not talking at the moment, and like you did some foul shit, and they felt you was on the line, so I'm just gotta stay away from you. I don't want to say nothing to you. Yo, give me some time. That's not emotional abuse to me. What y'all think? Y'all comment down below.
If they communicated to you that they need space, then okay, great, give them space. Of course, I'm gonna give you your space, but like 3 days is enough
for you. Everybody different.
I'm popping up at your job.
And you're gonna push them away further. Some people don't like that.
I'm baking some brownies, or I'm gonna make your favorite meal, depending on what
he said,
the situation.
Yeah. All right, but let's move on along a little bit. All right, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna do the hot talk show tough questions. I'm gonna ask one question because we got a little time first. I'm gonna ask one question on the hot talk show, like tough questions. So this is the hot talk show, tough ass questions, right? So we're gonna be real on this shit. No sugarcoating. If you can't answer it, and if y'all can't answer it, this is a tough question for y'all too. Those that are watching. So, what two toxic traits that I have? That
you have? You really want to do that?
Listen, this is the hot talk show. Tough questions.
All right, let's get to know your host is.
No sugarcoating. So, what toxic traits did the host is got? Two. Let's get two. Let's do two.
Can I do 5?
Nah. let's do 3 to make you feel better.
All right, 3.
And how can I fix it? How can I fix it?
You have a big ego.
Okay, I'm sorry. Big ahead.
Okay. You think your charm can fix everything. I want to punch you in your chin right now. And 3, you're very friendly.
Very friendly?
Yeah.
Oh, explain that. I never knew I was that friendly. Comment down below. I'm friendly. No, I'm joking. No, go ahead. Do your thing.
You're very friendly. Yeah, you're overly friendly. A little too much for my liking.
That's toxic though.
Hell yeah, being too friendly is toxic. You ever seen that video of the newscaster guy, and he was trying to interview somebody, and then he was like pushing him away, like, get away from me, get away from me. That's how I want you to be when women approach you sometimes.
But what if they ask me for just directions, bro? Or like, what if they're
talking now about... you doing too much, because we know directions.
I didn't know.
We know someone asking you for directions is just someone asking you for directions. But women, we know when a woman is trying to get your attention, right? If a woman is on social media being thirsty, right? They're looking for men to jump in their inbox, to comment under their post and be like, oh, you're going to be all right. You want to talk? I'm here for you. I
don't do all that.
You friendly.
All right. So it's my turn.
Do you remember the other 2 that I said?
You said big ego?
Your ego is as big as your head. And what was the second one?
How you remember your tough? How you remember?
Because I have so many.
You said big ego. You said I'm too friendly.
Too friendly.
You said I forgot the third one.
I have so many, so I'll just add one.
Yeah, add one third one.
You lack accountability sometimes.
Okay. Right.
What about me?
What about you? Oh man, I got 100 fucking listeners, man, on the Hot Talk Show. You know what I'm saying? We got 100. Let me see. You don't listen.
Ooh.
Gotta keep talking 100 million fucking times.
Ooh.
Right? Let's say
this is therapy for us, by the way.
Yeah, it's a little I'm joking. All right, so you don't listen. All right, so your 3 types of traits to me is you don't listen, think you know everything.
I think I know everything.
And I'm gonna say
it's funny.
Let's say
don't listen, think I know everything.
You know everything. Toxic trait you have. Other than that, I can say sometimes you could be a little aggressive. So now what we gonna do? I told you those, right? I'm not gonna elaborate on that. I just told you.
No, but we could talk about how we can fix it.
That's what I was gonna ask. So I'm gonna ask you. So you told me the toxic traits that I have, right?
Right.
And I want y'all to comment down below. What some toxic traits that your partner have,
or that you have,
or either you have or your partner have, because this is a Hot Talk Show tough question segment.
This is for us to heal,
right?
Not to put people on blast.
Yeah, we're not trying to put nobody on blast. We're trying to live and learn and heal and fix relationships. So that's why we did this, right? So, and what can your partner, and what you feel you should do to fix it, and what can your partner do to fix their toxic ways? So, what can I do to fix my 3-4 toxic ways that you said?
So when it comes to the accountability thing, listen.
Okay.
Yeah, when I speak, like, try to listen to hear me and not to respond. Like, I feel like sometimes when people listen, they just listen to respond and to prove a point. And you have a little bit of that in you, a lot of bit of that. where you don't listen. So the other one, okay, Ike. The other one is being too friendly.
We already said that. So what can I do to fix that, bro?
Yeah.
You be feeling like this shit. What can we do to fix it?
First of all, I'm getting there.
Oh, you're going each by each.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Look at you. You
Go.
Just stop being too friendly. Like, know where, like, you have to have a boundary when it comes to, and you also have to understand how women move. You're an attractive person.
That's an assumption with you.
I know women. Mm-hmm. I've been in a lot of shoes, and I've done a lot of things. I've experienced a lot of things, especially when I want attention, especially from an attractive person, right? So, for instance, you have a podcast, right? A lot of women might see that as a
Come up.
Not even a come up. Like, oh, I want to be involved in that. I want to be a part of his show. I want to experience that. And not only do they want to experience that, they think you're attractive. So they're going to shoot their shot.
So you speaking for every woman out here. How you know that?
Did I say that? I never said that.
Okay.
I literally never said that. Okay. I'm saying there's women out there that will see that and try to interact with you more and more and comment on your posts more and get in your inbox more and want to be a part of your show. Oh, I have this idea. I have this idea. Sure, it can be friendly sometimes, but you have to separate, because you had a incident where, you know, and you didn't
talk show, be real.
You had an incident and you didn't separate the two. Like, you didn't know the difference between them being friendly and them trying to shoot their shot and be like flirt friendly. That makes sense?
Yes, yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
I try to move a little quicker though. I ain't trying to bang on it too long.
Why? Because you feel some type of way? You feel some type of way.
No.
This is what men do. They always feel some type of way.
I have a time frame for the talk show segment.
Okay. So that's that. Like, you have to differentiate someone genuinely want to be a part of your show and someone who's trying to like get in your energy.
Okay.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
Right.
What else? That was the second one?
Yeah.
What about the third one? One more.
What was the other one I said?
You said ego.
Yeah, your ego is huge.
It's huge? Okay, so what can I do to fix that?
You can fix it by...
And what did I do to make you feel I have an ego problem?
You don't really... Like, your empathy level is not as high as it could be.
Okay.
When it comes to being in a romantic relationship. Hear people and feel people. Okay. Instead of hearing and feeling your thoughts. Like, if I'm telling you how I feel, don't think about how what I'm saying is making you feel. Gotcha. Actually think about what I'm feeling.
How you feeling. Okay, gotcha. So I never did that. Like, I never, like, the 2 years I never made, I was like that for the whole 2 years.
Majority of the time.
Okay, yeah. Listen, this is the hot talk show, tough questions. You know what I'm saying? So, listen.
And if you did get there, it took about 3-4 days.
3-4 days. I got you. But in the hot talk show, tough question, listen, you cannot feel away. This is a tough, real question.
Do me.
I'm definitely gonna do you. I didn't forget about you. It definitely was coming, bro. It definitely was coming.
All right, I don't listen.
So you don't listen. So like I said, just listen. That's easy. Just listen.
Like listen to what though?
Take my advice. Like stop making me feel like I always tell you jump off the fucking bridge, bro.
Okay.
So you don't listen. So fix that. Like take my solid advice. Like taking my advice, even if sometimes if it don't make sense to you. The fact that I'm giving you advice, just take it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's say no, sir, if it don't make sense. Sometimes we disagree.
You.
Like,
I hear you.
Right. Don't stop fighting me all the time. Even like stop. And that's another thing. Listen, like stop fighting with me every little thing when I bring up or something like that.
Okay.
I can feel like you're not being a good listener if you ain't fighting with me with every little thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So what else I said? I'm forgetting it.
You said I'm not a good listener. You said I could be aggressive.
You could be a little aggressive. You know, give me that little soft. Give me that little soft. I like softness sometimes. I don't like that macho shit all the fucking time.
I'm not soft.
I'm not saying that you're not soft, but you have your ways. You have that masculine woman ways shit.
What do I do that's masculine?
You know what you do, boy.
See?
You know what you do, boy. Come on, boy. We ain't gonna play dumb on the hot talk show.
Okay.
Like sometimes I want to see your soft side. You know what I mean?
I thought I did that enough. But okay, if you're not saying...
But you don't do it enough for me.
Okay. I'll be more softer.
Yeah, please. I want to see the soft
I'll
side.
Float around like a fairy.
That's good. What else? And we're going to move it on along after this. What else I said?
We got bad memory.
I remember bad, bro. That's how, yeah. All right, so we said you don't listen. You're aggressive. And I said, what else I said?
Just think of something that you don't think is toxic about me.
I'm just moving all along. It's cool.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna move it all along. But listen,
well, you only did 2 for me. What am I learning here?
Let me do 3. And they ain't gonna say I'm just making it up if I got
No,
to think of the
I'm sure there's more. It's more than
you don't
3
listen.
toxic things about me.
You could be a little aggressive, and I could say I don't want to say the rest of it, but
say it. You
but let's talk about overly friendly too.
I'm overly friendly.
It been sometimes that so I got mad at.
Yeah, but we nipped that in the butt. I don't do that no more.
I feel like sometimes you still it could get better though. It's got better, but it could be leave a little room of improvement. All right. Listen. That's what I say. That's me. But you disagree, that's on you. But this is how I feel. Look, you making that face. That's toxic, bro.
I'm not saying nothing.
Tell you should be like, "Hey, babe, I got you."
Bro. Okay, baby, I hear you.
Right. Right.
You could tell me in private what I did recently that's overly friendly.
Just kind of work on that and be good. Okay. But listen, just moving on along, man. That was a little fun though.
That was being fun.
A little real in the Hot Talk Show, tough questions. So
we opened up our world.
We opened up the world, man. Hot Talk Show, we real. All right, so we're gonna move it along. So now we're gonna talk about Here you go, Jazz.
Yes. Steps to fix a toxic relationship.
Let's do it.
We got to take some of this down.
What do you got?
Right here. So, number 1, use your voice.
Use your voice, yep.
Number 2,
say something.
Start taking space.
That's what I said. Number
3, explore healthier ways to express criticism together. Number 4, be okay with having uncomfortable conversations like we just did.
Yeah, see? Yep. See how we did that? Yep.
5, I like this one a lot.
What's that?
I'm going to write this on my wall.
Right down your fucking forehead.
Don't move on from conflicts without having a plan for change.
Okay. So what you want to elaborate on?
Let's elaborate on number 5.
Ladies first, we're on the Hot Talk Show.
Don't move on from conflicts without having a plan for change. Basically saying, once you figure out what the problem is, we both need to sit down, find a solution, and work towards that solution. So every day, moving forward, we need to put effort towards fixing that issue and that conflict. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's hard work for some people.
It is hard work.
Because in everyday life, like we got to work, we got to raise our kids, we got to go to school and this, that, and the third. There's so many things to do in your day. So you have to take the time out in your relationship for your relationship to be like, okay, this is a conflict that we have and this is what's going to fix it. So for instance, if I need reassurance, right?
Right.
If I need you to reassure me that you're not out here doing fuck shit with women, right? Something that someone going through that would suggest is like no codes on the phone. Right? Your phone is open. I could access your phone and vice versa, right? That would be a level of reassurance. I know some people are like, no, that's being controlling and you don't have no privacy and then it's toxic. You should just leave the relationship. No, that's actually reassuring someone that you love that, hey, I'm not out here carrying on a certain way. And whatever you need for me to reassure you, I'll do that within reason. And I think that's small. Like, if people are on their phones doing silly things or something that could possibly be detrimental to their relationship, then of course, leave your phone open where your partner can access it so they can know that they're not doing anything. But
all the time, though, bro, it got to be a time when you got to trust me, bro. Who wanna? I get what you're saying. That reassurance is cool, but I'm saying like, who wanna like? I don't know. Like, I feel like it got to be a time you're like, yo, bro, all right. How many times I got to reassure you based off the same thing? And what if that reassurance come from your past relationship? What if I never? Because some people do that too, though. Some people do. You got to reassure me that you like you just not like the other nigga. You just not like the other female. So now I'm being insecure and all that based on my other relationship. Now I'm passing on to you, and you didn't even do nothing to me.
Right.
So now you got to even reassure me based on what so and so did.
That would be unfair.
No, because I feel like sometimes that happened to all right, it gotta be a time when you gotta trust me. All right, so what if I let's say for example, right? If I want to use different examples other than cheating and short time, okay, like you saw, let's say this, like I was late from work or something like that.
You came home late
I
from
came
work?
home like late.
Later than usual?
Later than usual, right?
Right. And you didn't communicate it?
And I didn't communicate, right? And then, yeah, you keep trying to make sure, yo, you coming home on time? Yes, babe, I got this and that, so and so. Oh, babe, this is the time that I'm coming home. We got this, so and so, da da da, right? So, to make sure, like, you're comfortable, like, I'm not lying and all that. Mm-hmm. But it got to be a time when you got to trust me, like, how many years I have to do that?
Years?
Because I came home late one time and you got upset. No, I'm serious.
You are such an extremist.
I'm just saying that happens. Like people could mess up for something 5 years ago, and 5 years later they hang on to the shit, and they still.
That's very insecure. Possible. That's possible, yes. But then that's when you are just being controlling and insecure. But I'm saying from a point of view where a scenario where you actually did something to cause another person to not trust you to where they need reassurance, right? Now, if you are consistently giving that person reassurance, of course is not gonna, any logical person that is really like locked in and they're dead set and wanting to have a healthy, happy relationship, it's not gonna take 5-6 years for them to be like, okay, I don't need to go through your phone no more. I know we're good. You gained my trust back. We're in a good space. I know you don't want to hurt me. I know you love me, and I know you are taking the higher road and thinking with your higher self. Of course, that's going to take time, though. Like, you cannot, if you do something wrong, you cannot expect them to start trusting you because you reassured them twice. Right. You know what I mean? You have to go off of their time and their energy.
So how long?
You can't put a time limit on it.
Sometimes
you cannot. You cannot. You can put a time.
If I did something, you can put last month, and 8 months later, you still like, come on.
If you want to be inconsiderate, you can put a.
That's not being inconsiderate. But go ahead.
If you want to be inconsiderate, you can put a time limit on how someone else heals based off of something that you did. Go ahead and be inconsiderate. But if you hurt someone, you have to allow them to heal from that, and you have to gain their trust back in order for you all to get back to a happy space, a positive space. You cannot sit there and be like, oh, you're being annoying now because I have to reassure you over and let me finish, over and over and over and over and over again. You cannot say, well, how long is this going to take? You messed up. So now you got to chill out, and you got to take,
So if I mess up for like something I did 3 years ago,
right,
and that was 7 years later, and you still holding against me, I have to still like accept that you have to keep reassuring.
No, I already said, I literally just said, if it's a long period of time and this person still is not trusting you after you consistently shown them and reassured them that you're not on that energy anymore, of course that's going to become the person being controlling. I'm saying if you hurt someone, I'm speaking logically here, like not people being insecure for years and years and years. If I want to build with you, right, and you did something wrong, or if I did something wrong, right, if I did something wrong to you, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you want to see my phone again? How many times I got to reassure you? I'm not going to get annoyed. It might be annoying, but I'm not going to show you that it's annoying because I know that I hurt you. So you need that reassurance. So in order for us to get past this hump in the road, I need to really just sit back and give you the time that you need for you to heal from what I did that hurt you. That's just that. But I can't be annoyed about it. I can't be annoyed.
Trusting somebody again should have a time frame, though. It should be a time.
If it takes over 5 years, of course that's
because then I'm like, all right, so why are you with me if you don't trust me? Well, I got to keep. All right, now I know I messed up, but why won't you just break up with me?
So what's too long for you?
Like, all right, so like why are you putting yourself through this? Like, all right, if I did something so and so years ago now. So years ago after, you still holding against me. So why at this point you with me?
How long is too long for you to be reassuring somebody?
Like say if God forbid, if I cheated on somebody, right, and I cheated on them, let's say in April,
right,
April 2014,
right,
and now it's April 2018.
That's way too long.
No, but some, like I said, some people hold on to stuff like that. Some people still hold on to like. Some
Then that
people
person
don't
doesn't
forget.
forgive you.
Right, but like I said, some people hold on to stuff mad long,
But
bro.
do you?
Some people hold grudges for mad long, bro.
But do you understand now? If you do hurt someone, right?
Yes, not to for a certain extent. Then I'm be like, okay, bro. Like I know I cheated on you 4 years ago, but why 4 years later, like you still have me, you don't trust me? And now, prime example. Now, if I only did it once, if I never gave you a reason for me to reassure you again, like if I fix it, like if I cheat on you and I make sure that I came home on time, or you checking my phone and so and so, or sometimes I'm keeping my promise to you,
right?
Like so, do I still got to reassure you? Like how long I got to reassure you? Then that's the case. It got to be a time to point, be like, yo, yo, bro, I don't trust you. I can't be with you because
Right.
I can't live like, and I can't live like that. I don't want to be reminded of if I'm reassuring you of the fucked up shit that I did.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fair.
So eventually, that we have to move on. Eventually, either move on separately or move on together and fix the issue. I feel reassurance should have a time frame, bro.
Yeah.
And I want to say about this because they say toxic relationship like come from like lack of trust. And we're gonna go on how to fix a toxic relationship. We're gonna still go on that. So lack of trust. So should trust be given or earned?
That is a whole like conversation.
You think so?
I think trust should be earned.
You think it should be earned? I think honestly, I feel y'all comment down below. Should trust be given or earned? I'm gonna say my little asterisk. I say it should be given already. You're supposed to go in a relationship trusting somebody. You're not supposed to go into a new relationship not trusting them. What's the point of seeking somebody? Like trust should be only broken if I did something to break your trust.
Right.
So, because like I said, that does pinpoint to the conversation because they said a sign of a toxic relationship, that the sign of what causes somebody to be toxic in a relationship come from lack of trust.
Okay.
So lack of trust, and it could be from another relationship they had. So now, being that they had lack of trust, now they feel like their person got to earn their trust. So now you got to reassure me so I could trust you. You got to earn my trust. Even though you ain't do nothing to me, you got to reassure me based on what the other guy did, what the other female did. So now your lack of trust causing you to be toxic towards me, and you take on me something that I ain't even did.
Right.
So I feel like trust should be like kind of like given, not earned. Only if the person break your trust, that's when they gotta earn your trust back. I think we had to get out of that. No, serious.
I think
we're gonna move on. Go ahead.
You're speaking in a sense of someone who's coming into a situation with trust issues. Everyone does not have trust issues just because they don't trust you right away. Trust is. Let me finish.
That means you got trust issues. If I gotta earn your trust, that means you have trust issues.
We are two different people, and we have two different perceptions of life. So I don't think how you think when it comes to trust being given. Because any relationship that I go in, whether it's a friendship or a new job, whatever, romantic relationship, your words have to match your actions over a course of time for me to trust you. Mm-hmm. Just like with a job, right? My job I'm a new employee, right? Mm-hmm. They hired me because they saw me fit to do that job, right? Now, after that hiring process, I got the job, whatever. Now they need to see that I'm capable of doing all my tasks, of being a great employee. I am earning their trust so they can promote me to a supervisor.
Right.
Just like you can promote me to a wife.
Right.
Makes sense?
But I still disagree with that.
Okay.
But I feel like trust should be given only if, I never broke it. Why I have to earn something I never broke? You only earn something that like earn it. Like if I did something wrong to you, now I have to earn you trusting me again. I have to earn something?
I don't think it's again. I think it's just I want to see that you're a solid person because anyone can come in my life and pretend. All right,
but where does that come from? It comes from past traumas, past relationships.
I think
it comes from someone having trust issues. So can we say this? And we're gonna move on. This is not getting off the top because it's the same thing. They say lack of trust. People with trust issues going to be toxic in a relationship. If you had trust issues, and I'm gonna say this: if you had trust issues, don't get into no relationship till you fix those trust issues.
I don't think
that's a fact.
I don't think
they just said it.
I don't think me saying.
But I wanted to say something. I wasn't done yet.
All right, I'm sorry.
We're gonna move on because I know. All right, so I'm saying like only people with trust issues feel they people gotta earn their trust if they didn't do nothing. Like you ain't know me from home to wall. I never broke your trust. I never even broken my word. I never did no wrong towards you. So why you automatically assume that I have to earn your trust? Why I have to earn your trust? I never did nothing to you. Why I have to earn that? That comes from people with trust issues. If you have trust issues, you think some people have to earn your trust, bro. Me, honestly, I go in a relationship trusting people already.
You do?
Yes. I'm not gonna go in and thinking negative. I just gotta earn my trust, bro. I'm gonna trust you already. Cause that's like when you do that, you're looking for something wrong, bro. All right, so read the signs one more time. Steps to fix a toxic relationship. I want to fix relationships out here. Let's do it.
Right. Number 1, use your voice. 2, start taking space. 3, explore healthier ways to express criticism together. 4, be okay with having uncomfortable conversations. And 5, don't move on from conflicts without having a plan for change. So let's elaborate on taking space, because I know a lot of people don't like to do that.
I believe in taking space when the relationship is becoming like toxic, though.
And like if y'all arguing all the time,
give your partner some time to reflect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's another advice too. If y'all relationship is like arguing a lot, being toxic, it takes a little space. Sometimes you know what they say? They say absent make the heart grow fonder.
And space doesn't even have to mean like you leaving the house. Like space could be you just going in another room or going for a walk. Well, that's leaving the house. Yeah, but you could sit in your living room and watch TV while the other person is in the bedroom. Or me, when I want to take space, I come out in the living room and I listen to music and I clean up a little bit or take a shower. Yeah. Even like I'll take a shower, a long shower. I'll be in the bathroom for a little bit, just chilling and clearing my head before I come back and talk to you if I'm upset about something,
But what if it's a big ass fight though?
If it's a big fight, of course, whatever you feel is suitable for your needs. Like if you need to leave the crib, then leave the house and take your space. If it's 2-3 days that you need, communicate that with your partner. If it's a week, communicate that with your partner. But don't leave them hanging, wondering like what you're doing and if you're okay and stuff like that. As long as there's like healthy communication between you and your partner, I feel like they'll be understanding and you can take your space whatever way you see fit.
And I feel when they talk about taking space too, like sometimes, taking time to reflect. That's why I say sometimes space is not being under your partner, under the same roof with your partner sometimes.
Yeah.
It gives some time to reflect, what am I doing wrong to make a cause her to act toxic towards me or what, give you some time to reflect, to see what's going wrong. And sometimes, like I said, absence make the heart grow fonder. And sometimes, like when you take that space, it might give you the time to outweigh the good, or the bad. But sometimes when you're in toxic energy all the time, you might not never see the good of the person.
Right.
So something like, I know this person this, but at least this person did this and that and so on. So it's been some time when I took space from your ass.
Right.
I was like, honestly, it gave me time to think about some good stuff about you. Mm-hmm. But when we was on the same energy of we arguing back and forth and we not finding no solution.
Feel like you hate each other.
It's not going to leave me room to see the good. I'm always going to be around the bad.
Yeah, if you really love someone, that's always a temporary feeling. Like when you really, like you said, when you sit back and reflect. Because if you're in the heat of an argument, you can't really come to common grounds if it's that big of an argument. Mm-hmm. But there are some moments that we have where you was like, it's just chill out for a bit, or we'll come back to it. Yeah. And there were some moments where I'm like, okay, let me take my space and I'll go in the other room and I'll come back and I'll sit next to you and we'll just talk about it.
Right. And so, look, so being that we're doing these signs, so these steps is kind of helping some people to have a toxic relationship, kind of like becoming healthy, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm gonna elaborate on one more. When they say be okay with having uncomfortable conversations, meaning that tell your partner some things that you don't like, but more like in in a respectful manner. So like sometimes I feel like people hold back because like they scared of the reaction of their partner. So like I don't want to say this. I don't want to make my partner feel uncomfortable. Like you automatically assume, okay, this person might have this. I had a problem with something, but no, I don't want to say it because so. I'm scared of reaction. You know what I mean? So what you think when they say be okay with having like uncomfortable like conversations?
Yeah.
Like what is uncomfortable conversations though?
I mean, to add on to what you said, like just some things that you feel might hurt your partner's feelings, or it might um, open up a new door to conflict because they might not take it the right way.
Right.
But you have to say how you feel, but say it. It's not about what is it? What's the saying? It's not about what you say, it's how you say it.
A facts. Yep.
You have to know your person. You can't, like, I'm a sensitive person. You can't come to me and tell me, yo, this shit is boring. Like, we need to do more stuff. I'm gonna be like, what? Like,
that's having an uncomfortable conversation. Yeah, that's uncomfortable too.
But the delivery gotta be. But that's the thing about delivery. You can't come to a sensitive person and be like, yo, this shit is whack. This shit is boring. I want to do more. This, that. You can't come to me that way because I'm the type of person to be like, nigga, what? Like, damn, like. You trying to say I'm corny, I'm whack. You want to
toxic. Basically, you gonna respond.
If you come at me, if you deliver it in a way where I cannot even what's the word? Where I can't understand what you're saying because it automatically felt like an attack. I'm not gonna receive it. Like I'm not gonna receive it the way that you want me to. You probably just want me to be like, okay, cool, babe. What do you want to do? Like. What do you want me to do more? What do you want me to do less? Like, how can I make this not boring for you? I'm sure that's the type of response you want, but you also have to think about what you're saying and how you say it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
So like I said, you want to fix your toxic relationship, be comfortable with having, uncomfortable conversations.
And watch how you deliver what you're trying to say.
Watch it. So, and that's then from better communication. I want to add mine, like just have better communication.
Think about your partner's feelings.
Like,
before you open your mouth.
Right. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? And I'm surprised they didn't say therapy too. I'm surprised they didn't add that on there. I'm gonna seek therapy too. Get their help.
That's easier said than done.
Yeah. What you mean? What you mean?
A lot of people don't have the time for therapy.
But if you really want your relationship to become healthy, like you're gonna make time for that. You're gonna pour time into that, right? So what we're gonna do, that episode was lit, right? Don't fucking lie. But due to technical difficulties, we apologize that the episode was cut a little short. But yo, like and subscribe to the Hot Talk Show YouTube page so you can catch past and future episodes. The Hot Talk Show YouTube page is the Hot Talk Show 92, and also follow us on Facebook. The Hot Talk Show Facebook page is the Hot Talk Show. So once again, if you want to watch past and lit future episodes, the YouTube page is the Hot Talk Show 92, and also the Hot Talk Show, we bring us something different. We're going to also start doing a hot showcase. What the hot showcase is, and anybody who is a singer, dancer, rapper, and you want to showcase your talent on the Hot Talk Show, for the Hot Talk Showcase, the email is the Hot Talk Show 92@gmail.com. Once again, for the Hot Talk Showcase, the email is the Hot Talk Show 92@gmail.com. Peace out.